Roofing and Remodeling. We're a locally and veteran-owned contractor, available 24/7 for repairs. As an Owens Corning Platinum Preferred Contractor, we get the job done right. Call 724-550-3064 or visit arremodels.com for your free estimate.
AR Roofing, never settle.
The music stopped when I started having knee pain.
For gospel singer Andrea Michaud, knee pain was keeping her from doing what she loves. That's when she turned to orthopedic surgeon Jason Kinney, MD, and the team at WVU Medicine Uniontown Hospital.
I am singing his praises.
Our patients benefit from large health system expertise and community hospital comfort. Learn more at wvumedicine.org/Uniontown.
Hey, you looking for a quality pre-owned vehicle? Well, look no more, because with over 200 vehicles, Gary's Auto Sales is the largest used car dealer in the area. Whether you want a car, a truck, or an SUV, you'll absolutely find what you're looking for at Gary's. Gary's has been in business since 1974. You can visit them online at garysautosales.com, or you can give them a call at 724-626-8080. Gary's Auto Sales. Many miles, many smiles.
That sneeze was in a different zip code, and I still felt the germs.
Relax, Randy. I went to Montgomery Medical. I'm fully shielded.
Like a flu shot?
Flu, COVID, the works. If you haven't caught up on your shots yet, they'll get you sorted in minutes. It's basically a suit of armor, but with less clanking. Then do the double shot. After Montgomery Medical, head over to Renew You Medispa. I got their immunity IV drip.
A Medispa?
You relax, you hydrate, and you give your immune system a VIP upgrade.
Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine.
Take the back blood.
Caring for an aging parent or a loved one with medical needs? FACT, Fayette Area Coordinated Transportation, can help. Seniors 65 and older ride free on our fixed routes. People with disabilities get discounted shared rides. And if your loved one has medical assistance, their trips to doctors or treatment are covered under the shared ride program. Give them safe, reliable independence and yourself peace of mind. Call 724-628-RIDE or visit factbus.com. FACT, your community, your connection.
Having Hicks & Baugh's drugstore in Uniontown means reliable, quality, and friendly service. Pharmacists Stephen Harper and Seth Miller are ready to answer your health questions and handle all your prescriptions. They offer free delivery, mail-out service, and accept all utility payments, all part of their good neighbor way of doing business. Visit Hicks & Baugh's at 304 Morgantown Street in Uniontown or call 724-437-2828. Open Monday to Friday, 9 to 6, and Saturday until 3.
Your local station, WMBS.
The views and opinions presented by the host, guests, or callers on this program do not necessarily represent the positions of WMBS Radio.
What's on Your Mind? I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. I did mention that today is open conversation, but we are delaying that an hour or two here because of, well, I'd like to consider him a friend because he's been on the show a number of times. Joe Thurby from Thurby's Ford up in the mountain there. Just, what is it, a mile past Nemacolin?
Is that mile past the Lady Luck or Nemacolin Casino?
Okay,
right there.
Right there,
Yep.
right there. We're going to get you a little bit closer to.
Sure.
Yeah, that one. Let's move that one. I'll get that microphone brought up there. Yeah, there we go. We're all set to go. So you have some exciting news for us, don't you, Joe?
I do. I've been a Ford dealer now. I'm going on 40 years as a dealer, and I've seen a lot of things come and go, as I'm sure you have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's exciting to me that Ford has been ranked #1 in quality by J.D. Power. It's amazing. And they are an independent marketing analysis company that they survey people, they gauge things gone wrong in vehicles that are built within the first 100 days, within the first 200 days, and the consumers rate these. So, frankly, this is about the 2,800 dealers that I represent. It's been since 2010 that we've had this #1 position.
Okay.
So that's pretty amazing. Are we happy? We're ecstatic. Are we satisfied? Not at
No,
all.
I'm sorry. Take that back again. You've been number one since in J.D. Powers?
In 2010.
Uh-huh.
So now, look how many years later,
Yeah.
2025, this survey was just done, and we ranked number one against all domestic and brands in the United States. It's
Wow.
amazing.
So, all right, unless I'm being not catching something properly here, that's like 15 straight years then. You said 2010.
2010 is the last time we were number
Oh,
one.
okay, that's the part I was
Yeah.
missing there. Okay.
This is kind of
All
like
right.
hitting the lottery you were talking
Yeah.
about earlier.
Yeah.
Okay. No, we kind of lucked out there.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, we're
Okay.
proud of the fact that our consumers and our product is gotten so much better. You know, we've had recalls. Every manufacturer's had recalls, but Ford had the foresight to come out and say, you know what, we're going to hire 300 veteran engineers,
Uh-huh.
and they're going to focus on things gone wrong and on quality.
Okay.
They've even empowered the assembly line workers. If there's a problem, you stop that line because your name is on that. So now Bill Ford has it set up. Every employee signs off on that day's work. We want to know if there's a problem. We want to be number one in quality.
Okay.
We want to fix it right the first time on time.
So you're able, excuse me, you're able to follow kind of trends, really, to follow that trend back to its source.
That is exactly
and
right.
Find out why. And
sure.
And as far as and again, I'm kind of reading into things a little bit here. That with the self-reporting, I'm going to guess is Ford set up with, you know, your dealership and the one down the road, the one in the next city over. They report all repairs every day.
Every single day.
So then they're able to see a trend
Exactly.
develop before it's classified as a trend.
You're 100%
Is that
right,
how
Russ.
it's working?
It's 100% correct. So here's the part I love about it. So what we do, as you know, we have software. Every car you buy now,
Yeah.
I feel like I work for Geek Squad sometime because it takes an hour and a half, which we spend to teach you how to work your sync system in your vehicle, how you program your phone to your vehicle because you can't touch it when you're driving. We do updates. They're called OTAs, over the air. So when you bring your vehicle in and say, my rear camera's not working in my Maverick, we're able to take that in. There may be a TSB on that, which is a technical service bulletin, where they found out that maybe they've worked on 30 of those in the last week. So immediately an engineer jumps on that and says, hey, let's get to the root of this problem. 9 out of 10 times it's software. It's
Okay.
like your iPhone.
Yeah.
It'll tell you at night, hey, you're going to get an update, and then tomorrow all of a sudden you can't find your phone numbers and
Okay.
things. So a lot of our product has to do with software and infotainment because people want to pair their phone and they want to have use the iPhone as their phone, changes the screen on your dash. That's a lot of the issue. As far as motor, engine, transmission, fit and finish, and quality, we've been superb. Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty amazing to be.
Yeah, well, I was also reading here, so not only is Ford overall number one, but the F-150, the Mustang, and the Super Duty are number one in their classes as well. Am I reading that right?
You're reading that exactly right. And we'll tell you this, the Ford F-150 has been the best-selling truck on the planet now for 49 years. And this year, it'll be 50 years. Now, we have different regions. We're in the Pittsburgh region. We encompass Cleveland, Buffalo, Rochester, and half of Pennsylvania, a little bit of West Virginia.
You know
So
what I like about that? It's the Pittsburgh region and not the Cleveland region.
Exactly. That's why we have the Steelers and the Penguins and Pirates.
Yeah.
But anyway, Russ, it's amazing because what we can do is we're proud of the fact that the neighborhood Ford store, which I represent 72 dealers that I share in my region, we're the official truck, car, SUV, Pittsburgh Pirates, Pittsburgh Steelers, Pittsburgh Penguins. So we want to be number one. And you know, a lot of women attend those sports too.
Yeah.
And they're interested in quality. They want to make sure fit and finish is perfect. They want to make sure that the safety is number one. A lot of them have children and grandchildren.
Yeah.
As we spoke earlier, we have a four-door Mustang that's going to be coming out.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, I can't wrap I know we talked about this off the air, Joe. I just can't wrap my head around it. I can't.
I know it's very hard. Now we had the Mustang, which we still do, which is the best-selling performance car in its segment in the United States. We also have the Dark Horse. We've had Shelby. But think about it. I hate to tell you this, but I'm getting older too, and I love a Mustang. But I kind of like the idea when we had the Model E, the Mach-E was called the Mustang Mach-E, but it was all electric. And a lot of people said, "Wow, that's nice, but I'm not sure about electric." So Ford said, we're going to create this. It's a beautiful car. I had the opportunity to view it last week in Las Vegas at a Ford meeting. It's a beautiful car. And now it's going to compete with like the Porsche because people want sports cars, but they have children and grandchildren and maybe brother-in-law and sister-in-law, and really you couldn't get in the back seat of a Mustang.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a good move for Ford. We're already getting people coming in wanting to place orders. So I guess times do change.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when will they officially be available?
So you're going to see these on our lot probably about next October.
Okay.
So there'll be 27 going into 28 models.
Okay.
And I'm going to announce to you today we have 6 new products coming out.
Wow.
So I got to view those last week,
Okay.
and Ford is very exciting. I mean, they jumped into the electric. And, I sell electric vehicles as well as some of the other local Ford dealers around that are my friends. And it's a great car. In fact, I'm driving a Lightning now. However, people get nervous because they have range fear. They don't know where they can charge. So it's about 2% of what we sell every month, but most of it is hybrid now. So we have, the hybrid Explorer, we have the hybrid F-150. But the main thing is the quality has to be perfect, because to buy something and the quality's not there, then it doesn't make the consumer have confidence. So when you have consumer confidence, that's the key.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So what are these new models?
So these new models are amazing. We have a really nice little pickup coming out. Now, we still have the Maverick, okay, which is a great truck. Come out in 2021. It's a hybrid. It's a gas. We're also having another little pickup coming out. It's going to change the market in the versatility of it and the things you can do with this. I can't tell you that a canoe will fit all the way in it. The seat folds down. It's an amazing vehicle. We have a nice little minivan that's going to be coming out down the road.
Okay.
But Ford won't bring it out until it's tested, until the quality's right. If you happen to read Motor Trend, which I know you do because you're a car guy, so you'll see these things all wrapped up in camouflage.
Yeah.
We have all types of new product. This Mustang Forder's coming out. We've got a little SUV that's going to be rolling in here next year. Absolutely gorgeous. It's going to have a very low starting price. We're into affordability as well as quality. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the little pickup, kind of bringing back the Ford Ranger.
We've got the Ranger now. This is going to be just a little bit smaller than the Ranger, and I think
Bigger
the other
than the
day.
Maverick?
Yeah, they revealed the name the other day. You might want to Google it now. You can see it.
Okay.
It's called the Ford Fathom. Okay, and it's
Okay.
interesting to see how the name came up, Fathom.
Fathom, as in like depth.
Yes.
Out in the ocean. That okay.
Yeah, you'll have to. You got to read it. You have to read it,
Okay.
Russ. It's amazing to see the time and effort put into this to make sure that the quality is right and make sure that the consumer is satisfied. Because let's face it, 50% of our business are pickups.
Yeah.
40% are SUVs. 10% are cars. There's not a lot of cars made anymore. In the Ford business, we make the Mustang. Okay?
Right.
We used to have a Fusion. We used to have a Taurus. We used to have all of that. But you have to plan now for what's down the road, 2 and 3 years. So cars are coming back. There's not a lot of cars made. Chevy's discontinued a lot of their cars, same as Toyota and Honda. However, we're seeing a need now, and we're seeing that people are saying, wow, I think I might like a sedan again. Not a lot of people, but let's face it, not everybody wants the same product. So you have to fill that showroom with products that people want.
Yeah. And I'm sure, not that it's so much your problem, but it's the guys in Detroit that got to figure out production. How many do I make?
Right.
I don't know if this is going to sell. How many do I make? And then,
Russ, that's a big problem.
yeah.
Look what we went through with COVID. Then we got through that and we had chip shortages.
Yeah.
Okay? And I give Ford credit. I had people ordering vehicles. We all did. It took 5-6 months. Why? Because the chips weren't there. You've probably read where, hey, we're going to ship your vehicle, but the air conditioning controls aren't in the back seat. Also, we're going to ship your vehicles, but they don't have keyless entry. But we will send them when we get the chips. We have been through so much. That's one thing about the car business. it's constantly changing because you don't know what could happen. Look what happened 2 months ago. The Novelis plant that makes all the aluminum for the Ford F-150 caught fire.
Yeah.
It also makes some parts for the General Motors for their Chevy pickup. What did that do? It shut things down
Sure.
for 2 months. Now, we need to re-up and get that production back, and we will, but we can't give up quality to get fast, just to make them fast, and they won't do that. So we're working triple shifts. The plant's back up and running.
Okay.
Most of your suppliers are online. We did lose some suppliers. Think about it. When they build a vehicle, you've got thousands and thousands of suppliers for every little part, whether it's a camera, whether it's a module, whether it's a radio knob, whether it's the seats. Johnson Controls does the seats. Think about the puzzle you have to put together and then project what you have to build and what's going to sell. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It really is, but I love it.
Yeah. and I would imagine, too, in that, just for a cost type of thing, how, every car is going to have the on-off button for the radio. How do I make this on-off button different in this car from that one here? I don't want it to, it makes sense. You want them to be the same.
Right.
But people are going to say, well, you just took this out of that.
Right.
You're
going to see changes.
Yeah.
Right now, we actually took a lot of the buttons out and made it standard on your screen. Now we brought a lot of buttons back based on consumer feedback. They wanted a radio volume knob. They wanted a heated seat knob instead of having it in your info screen. Now, you're going to see in future product coming out, again, we're selling cars to everyone, okay? Some of us are in our 50s and 60s. Some of us are in our 20s and 30s. They grew up different than I did, okay? We didn't have cell phones, okay? We had a basketball and maybe a bicycle, okay?
Yes.
Now, everybody has a cell phone. Everybody's hooked up on the internet. All of the new components coming out, they have great components for younger people. They're called elements. So you'll be able to take your volume control, your air conditioning controls. You can move them around wherever you want to move them around in the vehicle. They'll stick on to the iPad that you have in your dash.
Okay.
I mean, a lot of different things. So
you'll be able to configure.
You can configure it.
Wow.
That's coming real soon.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, on my phone, I can move my apps around, so that's the kind of thing. Same thing?
That's the same thing.
Okay.
And think about it. You've got a lot of people coming into the market, and really think about this as well. Affordability. People have to be able to afford that vehicle. So Ford has been pretty on top of their game along with Ford Credit. We're the only brand that the family, the name is on the building. William Ford, Henry Clay Ford, Elena Ford.
Yeah.
They own the company with the stockholders. No other company brings the family to the table.
No.
When I was out last week at the meeting, Bill Ford and Elena Ford joined all of us as dealers, and they had their family with them, and they spoke about the future and how they want that future to go on, but yet these younger Fords have a lot of good ideas, and they all worked in other industries before they came to Ford. I thought that was very unique because they wanted them to see what it's like, and then if you want to come to the company, you come. But the fact is, quality, price, affordability, and you want to be in your community. And that's something Elena Ford is very big in. We focus on UPMC Children's, WVU. Of course, we do sports with all the 3 teams, but also breast cancer. We do a lot with breast cancer with McGee. We do the Quilt for the Cure. And I think that gives us that community feel. And we were just doing it at the Grand Prix here 2 weeks ago at the Pittsburgh Greenwich Grand Prix, and that focuses on autism. But people come, they know you're in the community, and they get to see your product. But to have an announcement that we were the 26 J.D. Power Initial Quality #1 makes us happy.
Yes.
But we're not satisfied.
Well, because you want it again next year.
We want it again next year. You always want more.
Well, I want to get into the whole process real quick, but I
Sure.
wanted to point out, you can't spell affordability without Ford.
That's true. Good point.
I just want to.
That's a good point.
I get paid for marketing ideas here.
That's great, Russ. And hey, Russ, think about it. We have our own captive finance company, Ford Motor Credit.
Yeah.
Okay. And of course, they're graded every year as well. And they're the ones. That's how I'm able to offer 0% or 2.9 for 84 months. That's not a bank. That's Ford Motor Credit.
Ford doing
yes.
that. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay. So how does JD Powers. What's their process here, Joe, for doing all of this?
So J.D. Power has been around a long time. In fact, as long as I've been in the business, J.D. Power's been in the business. Their actual function, because I like to see the results of what they do, but they're a data analytics and consumer intelligence company. So their job is to, you've probably gotten surveys, maybe from American Airlines or Delta or someone. How was this? How was that? How did you rate this? Ford has them involved with us, and they're surveying us on every vehicle we sell. When you come in for service, you're not only going to get a survey from Ford asking about the quality of your product, they're going to ask you how I treated you. Were you treated with respect at your dealership? Was the dealership clean? Were the employees nice? You know, we have a standing rule, the 10-foot rule. You say hi to everybody and how you doing today, you know? And I think that's why our dealerships got the President's Award 27 times.
Okay.
That's the customers grading us. That's my J.D. Power Award. But for Ford to get that out of all the manufacturers in the United States, even foreign companies that bring cars here and build cars here, to be number one in quality is an amazing thing.
Yeah.
It really is.
Alrighty. And if those pesky recalls do happen to pop up, and they do.
They do.
You know, for whatever reason.
Yes.
You guys are on top of it, and you probably know about it before the government does. So,
You know, we do. And we get a bulletin. In fact, at 3 o'clock every morning, my phone dings, and it will tell me. And the reason we do it at 3 in the morning is in case I have something on the lot, I cannot sell you a vehicle that has a recall on it. So Ford will self-report, send us a email and a text, usually 3:30 in the morning, saying, hey, when you get to the store today, check your VIN numbers. I can go right to a site, click up my FSAs, which are my recalls that I may have in stock. It may be something as simple as check the belt to make sure the bolt was tightened. We've had 2 or 3 with a loose bolt. They're human beings that build these and robots. It can happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we are on top of it. The other thing I like to tell customers is you have an app on your phone. When you buy a Ford, you have Ford Pass. Immediately, that Ford Pass will tell you, you need to call your dealer. You have a technical service bulletin on your vehicle. And guess what? I get it too. It comes to the dealership. So we reach out and tell you, we need to get you in and check this out. It's not a safety recall. It's a compliance recall. But by self-reporting, we're fixing things quicker than having someone actually have a problem or an accident down the road.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah. Okay. Because I was wondering all about that, you know, because I've read the papers, I see the stuff that comes out.
Yep.
And so it's nice to now have a better understanding about how that process.
And I
is
think
working.
you'll see this a lot, Russ, as the news media puts this out. I know Jim Farley, who was our CEO, and Bill Ford, they've done a lot of media blitzes. They've asked us to partner with our local affiliations, which I love doing business with WMBS. I've done it for years.
Yeah.
And my point was I wanted to let the local public know that, you know, maybe this is something that they didn't see if they get a paper. Do they make papers anymore? I'm not real sure. Anyway, I want to make sure this gets out.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't blame you at all. So I want to know something, though. I think there's a lot of our listeners want to know this.
Yes.
Are we going to see a flying car anytime soon, like the Jetsons?
Well, I don't know if it'll be in your lifetime or my lifetime, but don't rule it out. I'm wearing a watch here that Dick Tracy, I watched Dick Tracy wear one, and I thought, boy, it'd be cool. And guess what? I've had one for 10 years now. So never say never.
Okay.
We have autonomous vehicles. Okay, we have Blue Cruise, standard equipment now on our F-150s, on our Ford Explorers. I don't know if you've heard of Blue Cruise or not. It's absolutely.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I got to tell you about it.
Okay.
So here's the deal. So you get on your highway, Turnpike, Route 43, Route 66. You put your cruise control on, and the screen will tell you, take your hands off of the wheel. And you literally take your hands off the wheel. It has lane keeping. It has lane changing. You have bliss, blind side. It knows if there's a vehicle beside you. And let me tell you, the first times you use it, you sit there and you're looking around, can this really be happening? And then all of a sudden, you'll take them off and put them back. Once you get used to it, the people that you actually get a 3-month free trial. And then you can buy a subscription through Ford if you would like to continue to use Blue Cruise. We have
Okay.
people coming in buying 3-year subscriptions because they're on the road a lot.
Uh-huh.
You still have to keep your eyes on the road. Okay,
Yeah.
that's one thing that's important.
Okay.
So there's
and
two.
does the car know if you've taken?
Oh yes.
Yeah, okay.
You
So it
pick
monitors you.
You pick that cell phone up and go like this. In 3 seconds, you hear bump 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 bump. Keep your eyes on the road, and if you don't look back, it shuts it down.
Uh-huh.
I drive to Pittsburgh and back twice a week, and I use Blue Cruise all the time. I put probably 40,000 miles on my vehicles on Blue Cruise, and I absolutely love it because not only does it drive itself, but you're watching the road. It also has automatic electric braking in case a deer comes out. If a vehicle happens to slow down in front of you, it automatically knows that and adjusts your speed. If I put my turn signal on, I still look, but it looks for you and pulls out in the next lane and passes and goes back to your desired speed. So that's the technology we have today. We have a lot of good technology, and a lot of it's for safety. Again, but the quality has to be there. And so far, Blue Cruise has received a tremendous rating from everyone that has it in their vehicle. Now, whether everybody wants to pay $29 a month for it, I don't know. We're paying for cable, we're paying for internet, we're paying for everything.
Yeah.
But this seems to be something that people really wrap their arms around. It's called Blue Cruise. You got to check it out. It's pretty nice.
Is that just for highway driving?
Yes, for
Okay.
highway driving only. They're not. It's not a self-driving autonomous vehicle like you see riding around, San Diego or San Francisco. No one's in the car, and it's like, whoa, there's a whammo. It's driving, nobody's in it. This isn't about that. This is to make your life easier by adjusting your speed and let the vehicle drive itself. It's actually probably safer than when you're driving because it's got radar all around you and it's watching the entire vehicle. Yeah.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll see the flying car, but anyway.
Okay.
We'll think
All
about
right.
that.
All right. Joe Thurby from Thurby's Ford. Thanks for coming on in. Thanks for sharing the great news with us.
Sure. Pleasure.
And, any specials, though, that you want to share with our listening audience?
You bet, man.
As far,
you bet.
I mean, I know you mentioned 0%, 2.8, but what else you got?
We're in the summer sales event right now. In fact, Sandy just got it on the air for us here. We have 0% for 36 months plus $1,000.
All vehicles?
All vehicles.
Okay.
We also have 2.9% for 84 months. I know that sounds like a long time, but let me tell you, why do people buy cars? They have to be able to afford that payment. So some people are able to finance a vehicle 84 months, have $1,000 towards your down payment. The other specials we have, if you're a first-time buyer or you're a college graduate, Ford Credit has a program where you come in, you qualify for Tier 0 as long as you have a job lined up, no derogatory credit, but you're a college grad or you're a first-time buyer, you're going to drive a new car and you're going to get that low interest rate. So next thing you're going to see is year-end clearance because it's coming towards Christmas. We're about 4 months away from Christmas here, Russ.
I know. I know. Yeah.
I know. But anyway,
Yeah.
we have a lot of specials going
Okay.
on. It's been an interesting and great year for Ford. This caps things off. But anyway, it's been a pleasure. I love coming and talking to you. I know you're a car guy because I listen to you all the time. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. It's been a pleasure. I always like hearing good news, too.
Good. Great.
All right. Hey, this is What's on Your Mind. We got to take a quick little break, and when we do come back, it is open conversation 724-438-4593. Again, Joe Thurby, Thurby's Ford, up in the mountains, a mile past Nemacolin Lady Luck Casino. Well, it's not Lady Luck anymore.
It's called Nemacolin Casino.
Nemacolin Casino.
Yep.
So just a mile past on the left.
Yep.
All right. Hey, Joe, thanks very much.
Thank you,
talk
Russ. I
again
appreciate
soon.
it.
Bye-bye.
This is Eric Cushy from Curtis Pharmacy with big news. We are now accepting all Medicare Part D plans, including UPMC and Highmark. Service and care you need from a local provider you trust, including vaccines, compounding, delivery, and our Pack My Meds program. 90-day supplies are available too. Visit us in Claysville, Washington, Carmichaels, and our new location on Arch Street in Connellsville, or visit us on the web at curtispharmacy.com.
Everything is growing, and Madewell Services is here to help. They offer full lawn care service, including mulching, landscaping and planting, weekly grass cutting, power washing, and more. Madewell Services also provides professional cleaning services for your home or office, moving in or out service, party cleanups, weekly cleanings, and junk removal. Licensed and insured for peace of mind. Call Madewell Services today at 724-912-1805. That's 724-912-1805 for a free estimate.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home.
Sleep well tonight. Try out a new mattress from Route 21 Furniture with a large selection of mattresses, all sizes and comfort levels, with great prices, free local delivery and setup, and financing options. Route 21 Furniture. Open weekdays 9 to 5, Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 4. 724-737-2222 or Route21Furniture.com.
Route 21 Furniture, take the road to your perfect home. Look and you'll see there's a whole new Ford for you and me.
It's the summer sales event going on now at Thurby's Riverside Ford. That means all new Ford Escape, Explorer, Bronco Sport, Bronco, and F-150s come with 0% Ford credit financing for 36 months, plus a $1,000 Ford factory rebate. And as a bonus, all vehicles come with a 2-year, 25,000-mile Ford complimentary maintenance plan.
Check out these low payments on a new 2026 Ford Bronco Sport Big Bend or a new 2026 Ford Maverick all-wheel drive pickup. Just $399 per month for 36 months with $999 down. Ford Motor Credit financing required. 3-year lease is based on 10,500 miles per year. No security deposit required.
See Joey, Jimmy, Sammy, or Ashley at Thurby Riverside Ford, your one Ford Elite Presidential Award-winning dealer, located 1 mile past the casino at Nemacolin.
Offer extended to August 31st.
It's time to drive a Ford again.
Looking for your new favorite spot in Uniontown? Stop by Casey Sports Cafe on South Mount Vernon Avenue. Family owned and operated by the Vernons, Casey serves up incredible homemade soups, hearty sandwiches, and delicious entrees. Opens every day at 7, closes Monday through Friday at 3, and Sunday at 2. Place your order or book your next event now at 724-550-4126. Casey Sports Cafe, 724-550-4126.
Are you considering a project design and don't know where to start? K2 Engineering offers a wide range of professional civil, architectural, and municipal services to meet your individual project needs. Our versatility combined with our personalized approach is what sets us apart as a full-service engineering and consultation firm. To learn more about our services, please visit us on the web at www.k2engineering.net. K2 Engineering, where customer service is our priority.
Are you looking to list or sell your house? Now is the time to let the professionals at Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty help you with all of your real estate needs. Caldwell Banker Laurel Ridge Realty has 2 convenient locations to better serve you. In Uniontown area, 724-437-7100, or in Connellsville area, 724-628-7200, and speak with one of our real estate professionals. Visit our website, caldwellbanker.com. We have been proudly serving Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Borges Jr.
Welcome back to What's on Your Mind. I'm Russ Rhodes, your host. We do have open conversation from now until the 3 o'clock news, and both lines are open. 724-438-4593. Give me a buzz, whether it's on one of my topics that I'm about to relist again, or if it's something else you want to chat about, want to hear from you. WNBA, a lot of stuff going on as far as transgender women or men and women's sports, racism allegations, the whole bit. 2 former NBA players, Enos Freedom Cantor and Royce White, have sent letters to the league office declaring themselves eligible for the next WNBA draft. So we'll see how they respond to that, but your thoughts greatly appreciated. The Trump administration has revoked 175,000 visas since he retook office. last January. Florida, the state of Florida, the Florida Chamber of Commerce has named New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani as Economic Developer of the Year. This is because of all the money that and jobs that have left New York and gone to Florida. So some figures that were listed: $2.4 million in taxable money flow into Florida every hour, as opposed to 1.1 million of taxable money leaves the state of New York every hour, with 551 new residents per day for Florida, as opposed to 115 that leave New York every day. The Fayette County Fair came into an end Saturday after 10 days. So don't know all the particulars, but I was told that the auction was record-breaking this year. Colleges around the country are starting to look into 90 credit hour bachelor degrees. So 3 years to get a bachelor's degree instead of 4. So Slippery Rock, IUP, and Pennsylvania Western Universities, which Cal U is part of, all three are considering that same possibility. I also got to remind you, severe thunderstorms are in the area, expected to last through Wednesday, possible flooding taking place. And also tonight's Powerball, $905 million that you can get in an annuity, or $392 million in a one lump sum. What would you do? How would you take it? With the annuity or as a lump sum, and what would you do? 724-438-4593. Hello, welcome to What's on Your Mind.
Yeah, Russ, this is Bill.
Hey, Bill.
What is your obsession with this trans stuff? I mean, seriously, we can go back to 24 or 23. I even remember Kendall on her show saying, man, enough's enough. I mean, what is it? When the real topics, let me finish. When the real topics are, you haven't said a darn word about what's going on with Iran, that this guy's ready to quit. We're not going to get a settlement on nuclear weapons or anything like that. There hasn't been a regime change. Inflation's through the roof. As I've said months ago, gas is going up, and you and Frank got a kick out of me and said, "Oh, let's have a GoFundMe started." Grocery prices are through the roof. You talked about the two different companies that have raised electric bills through the damn roof, but yet you insist on. I knew you were going to bring it up today, but I didn't think it would be the top story of trans. What is the deal?
The problem I don't have a problem if somebody wants to change their sex and pretend to be something that they're not. I don't have a problem with that, Bill. What I do have a problem with is a biological male wanting to play women's sports. That's what I have the problem with. I don't care what you do in your own life. That's your business. I might not agree with your choices, but I don't care. Okay? It's a biological male, whether it's a high school boy or a college man, I don't care. It's still a biological male playing in a girls' or women's sports. That's what I have a problem with. And now you have, in the case of the WNBA, they say it's a league for women, and yet they won't define what a woman is in their bylaws. So hence you have these two former NBA players saying, hey, I'm eligible for the draft. I'm making myself eligible to the draft. I want to play in the WNBA. As long as I refer to myself as a woman, well, you have to accept my letter here.
As you know, I'm a hardcore Democrat. And I don't accept that garbage either. But we've got a hell of a lot more problems out there, Russ, than talking about trans. You've got to admit that.
We've always had problems, Bill.
We got a war going on, buddy.
There always will be problems. Okay? But this is something that it's here, it's present, and it's got to be addressed, and people aren't addressing it. Okay?
Do you think people are worried about that instead of worrying about
yes,
the war?
People are worried about that. Of course they're worried about it. Otherwise, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Otherwise, others wouldn't be having this conversation, Bill.
But then why don't you put that in your monologue that this war, we already lost it? Let's
give me a break. It has not been lost.
All right, how are we going to win? Tell me how we're going to win. Tell your listeners how we're going to win.
I don't know how it's going to end. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball, Bill. All I know is it will end at some point in time, and it will end to the advantage of the United States and the free world. It will end with the Strait of Hormuz being open for world commerce. It will end with Iran not having access or the ability to build a atomic bomb. It will come to that. It will end that. Whether there is regime change, that's not for me to say. It's not for this country to say. It's for the citizens of Iran to say. And hopefully it will happen. Hopefully it will happen. Hopefully it'll be internally it will happen and sooner than later, as far as I'm concerned. But we have been at war. We have been at war, whether you want to recognize it or not. We have been at war with Iran since 1979.
Yeah, I know.
They have wanted to kill us since 1979. Death to the great Satan. By the way, if you haven't figured it out, the United States, in the eyes of the Ayatollah, is the great Satan.
Okay, so we're 6 months into this one. It's supposed to take 4 to 6 weeks. Who's winning?
We are. Because oil is starting to flow again. Gas prices are back down, not to where I would like them to be, not to where the president would like them to be, not to where you want them to be, but gas prices are coming back down again. By the way, as far as inflation is concerned, inflation is holding at about 2.3%.
That's a lie. 3.5.
Okay, so 2.5%. It's still holding at 2.5.
3.5, said.
It's better than the 9.8% under the Biden administration. Eggs are back down to about $1.10, about $1.20. As far as meats are concerned, that's a shortage problem and so pricing of meat is the number of cattle in this country is down to its lowest levels since the mid-50s. So
and why
that's your reason. Why is that? I don't know the reason why that is, but that's the facts.
Okay, well, no, those aren't the facts. Here are the facts. Eggs are down to the lowest level because in the last year of Biden, there was a severe bird flu going on, and you know that, and Bill Madden knows that, and everybody else knows that, and that's why egg prices are down. But we're talking about everybody's everyday grocery prices. We're talking about the gas pump. We're talking about the unemployment numbers that came out last Friday, that when they were expecting to gain 83,000 jobs, they actually lost 23,000 jobs. And where did it come from? The majority of it, there was no gains in the manufacturing sector, but the main losses were in leisure and hospitality, which means people can't afford to go out and eat anymore.
Well, I will also point out that in Los Angeles and New York, they have put in minimum wages of like $30 for hospitality workers. So hotels are laying off in that regards. So there you go, Bill.
I mean, you're talking about L.A. and California,
Part of
and
the
New York
job
all the
figures.
time.
It's part of the job figures. You can't just pick and choose, Bill. The job figures are nationwide.
What you doing
It's
every
not coming-
day? What about Florida?
What about Florida? What I did with you was telling you about a campaign that Florida has started and the facts and figures that Florida itself released.
Do you think all of us Democrats are communists? And I'll leave you with that.
No, I don't think that at all, but I would like to hear more Democrats speak out against the Democratic Socialists of America. I would like to hear more Democrats say that's a bunch of malarkey, wanting to get rid of the Senate, wanting to get rid of the Supreme Court, wanting to increase the size of the House.
That's one individual. We don't stand for that.
Then speak up and talk about it, Bill. Don't just stay quiet.
I'm talking to you right now.
Write letters, write op-ed pages saying, hey, I'm part of the Democratic Party, and what the DSA is saying is absolutely wrong, and should have no part of the Democratic. Speak out. Say, stop robbing my party, Bill. Stop trying to hijack my party. That's not what we're about. But you're not doing that. Your leadership is not doing that. Your leadership is more worried about regaining control of the House and the Senate so that they can counteract Donald Trump, and they don't care how they do it. They just want somebody in there that's got a D next to their name, whether they're a D or not.
How do you feel about Guy Reschenthaler?
I would like to see Guy Reschenthaler in this county more often than he is, which is pretty much nil.
Exactly. How do you think November's going to turn out?
I have no clue at this point in time. It can go either way. If gas prices continue to come down, and with all the redistricting that's taken place, and if the rhetoric of those involved with the DSA continue, I think chances that Republicans hang on get better. Not that they will, but the chances get better, I think, is what we're looking at.
One last thing, and I promise this is it. Where do you stand on data centers? I totally disagree with George Rete, and I'm a hardcore Democrat. I know he says he'll bring union jobs.
You're asking me a question, but you won't let me answer because you keep talking, Bill.
Go ahead.
Are you ready? Because we're almost out of time for the hour.
Go ahead.
I think it's up to the individual. I have, when it comes to data centers, I think they're going to be needed. I think we need it for the future of what's coming. I think it's up to the individual communities, and I think other things that need to take place. I think the communities, when they set their rules, they have to say, if you're coming here, you have to bring your own power, for starters. You have to have a closed cooling system. You get X amount of gallons of water to open up. After that, you're going to be rationed. So I'm okay with data centers if communities are okay with it and they put in their rules and regulations that they want to keep their communities safe and without having to put an undue financial burden on the communities.
Besides the noise and the dirty water, how many people do you think all these data centers and AI are going to put out of work?
I don't know, but it's also going to create jobs too. So I don't know. Yeah.
All right.
All right.
No. Right. Hey, I'm not arguing with you.
But yeah, Are jobs going to be lost? Yeah, maybe. But is it also going to create jobs? Yeah. So if they offset each other, I don't know. You're going to have manufacturers to build replacement components for those data centers. You're going to have repair people to continue with maintenance on them. So there's jobs to be had in that regard, Bill.
All right, Russ. Good talk.
All right, got to go. Hey, that's it for today. We'll be back here tomorrow for another round of What's on Your Mind. Let's see here. We got Fox News coming up. News from around the world, around the country, and then Brian is in here with the local news, sports, and weather. Be dry out there. We'll talk again tomorrow. This is WMBS Uniontown. It is 3 o'clock.
Another round of Fauci revelations. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News. Following the recent release of diary entries that appear to contradict public statements made by Dr. Anthony Fauci about the COVID pandemic in response, Senate Republicans just releasing text messages from Fauci's government phone.
There's more than 34,000 messages here, and we're just starting to fillet those right now to understand what's in some of these messages.
Fox's Chad Pergam on Capitol Hill. Some of the messages with the then Surgeon General and CDC director focusing on potential COVID vaccine risks for pregnant women in the first trimester. This follows a Senate hearing where the former presidential COVID advisor invoked his right to remain silent more than 100 times.
At that hearing, about a week and a half ago, they were frustrated with Anthony Fauci because they had questions for him about what the origins of the pandemic were, but also some of this information that was gleaned about the vaccine, whether or not it worked properly. You're seeing some questions right there about particular types of vaccines. Remember, this is from Moderna, and they just wanted to get to the bottom of some of this. And don't forget that they then sent a criminal referral to the Department of Justice on behalf of that committee, did not pass it through the entire Senate, but sent it down to DOJ.
An attorney for Fauci has accused Senator Rand Paul in particular of having a personal vendetta against the doctor. Meantime, President Trump set to sign an executive order calling for revamped childhood vaccine recommendations, aiming to space them out.
Effective immediately, my administration is recognizing gold standard childhood vaccine recommendations for only 11 core vaccinations against the most serious and dangerous diseases, along with the MMR, which hopefully will be split up.
That's the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. The president speaking moments ago in the Oval Office, where also Todd Blanche has just been sworn in as Attorney General. America is listening to Fox News.
You can go to Big Box Medical Office.
Now serving number 3,943.
Or
Hi, come on in. How are you?
for personal, professional health care you can trust, see Dr. Paul Hardley and nurse practitioners Tara Bozek, Jessica Reckhart, and Stacy Morris, proudly serving our community for over 30 years. Need care today? Walk-ins are always welcome. For your primary care, call Dr. Paul Hartley at 724-437-1109 or visit ppcp.org.
Or serving number 3,944.
If you are looking for a trusted local law firm with a strong commitment to their clients, look no further than Zebley Law Offices. Attorney Zebley has been practicing law in Fayette County for more than 4 decades. Although specializing in bankruptcy, Zebley also handles real estate matters, civil suits, collections, wills, powers of attorney, and more. If you need legal help, go with a name you recognize and trust. Call Zebley Law Offices today at 724-439-9200.
The Trump administration says enrollment for federal food assistance has dropped by more than 5 million people in almost a year, with more changes on the way.
The USDA says as of April, there are 5.3 million fewer people receiving Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program benefits, or SNAP, compared to last September. New work requirements for the program began on February 1st. Now, U.S. adults have to prove they work or volunteer for at least 80 hours a month to qualify for SNAP. That now applies to veterans, the homeless, young adults aging out of foster care, parents with a child between 14 and 17, and people between 55 and 64 years old. More changes are coming. Starting in October, instead of the federal government splitting the bill for SNAP's operational expenses 50-50 with the states, it will only pay 25%, leaving states to pay 3/4 of the cost.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers. Some exemptions to the work rules are still possible.
Just a good old boy.
Fans and loved ones remembering Ben Jones, who played Cooter the Mechanic on The Dukes of Hazzard, later serving 2 terms in the U.S. House, his wife posting he suffered a heart attack. Ben Jones was 84. 2 Florida business owners face felony charges accused of spreading hundreds of toxic mothballs on a beach to scare off endangered birds.
The problem started in late April when beachgoers noticed around 1,000 mothballs behind the Plaza Beach Hotel on the white sand on St. Pete Beach in St. Petersburg, Florida. The balls contained pesticides and were placed in an area where endangered shorebirds known as black skimmers were trying to establish a nesting colony. The investigation led police to Christopher Monroe, the owner of Chris's Beachside Bar, and Robert Sizon, the owner of the Plaza Beach Hotel. The two allegedly hatched the plan to use the mothballs to deter the birds out of a fear of lost revenue. The pair were charged with illegal dumping, a third-degree felony, and if convicted, face up to 5 years of probation. Gianna Gelosi, Fox News.
An hour to the close on Wall Street, the Dow's down 148. I'm Lisa Brady, Fox News.
The award-winning local, district, and statewide news is being brought to you by Duck Hollow Golf Club and Bogey's Restaurant, conveniently located on Duck Hollow Road, just off Route 40 or New Salem Road. Call 724-439-3150 for tee times or restaurant information. And now the news.
Cloudy skies. We're currently at 82 degrees with a couple of showers still floating around the area. 3:05 p.m. This is Brian Morozak inside the Davis & Davis Attorneys at Law Studios with your local district and statewide news. I'll have the complete WMBS weather forecast for you after the news reports. Gas prices are 6 cents lower in western Pennsylvania this week at $4.19 per gallon, according to AAA's East Central Gas Price Report. The national average for a gallon of regular gasoline has fallen 9 cents over the past week to $4 a gallon. Crude oil prices are currently at $80 per barrel, as uncertainty remains about the Strait of Hormuz will resume normal operations. As of today, more than half of the states are paying below the $4 per gallon average for gasoline, but Uniontown residents are paying much more than the state and national average at $4.25 per gallon. A big Powerball jackpot drawing is tonight at $900 million. Tammy Trujillo has more.
There was no grand prize winner in Saturday night's drawing, so tonight's drawing stands at least $905 million. The cash value on that works out to about $392 million. There were 4 tickets in Saturday night's drawing that matched 5 numbers, making them each worth $1 million. They were sold in New York, Arizona, Florida, and Michigan. I'm Tammy Trujillo.
Pennsylvania Attorney General Dave Sunday issued a warning late last week regarding an increase in government imposter scams targeting residents across the state. Callers are reportedly posing as members of local county sheriff's offices to demand fraudulent payments for bail or bonds. The scammers use phone number spoofing to make their contact information appear legitimate on caller IDs. These individuals typically claim that an arrest warrant has been issued because a resident failed to appear for a federal grand jury or missed a court hearing. Sunday said no law enforcement agency, government office, or court will ask for fees to be paid with gift cards, Bitcoin, or other cryptocurrency. Residents who wish to confirm the legitimacy of a call from a local sheriff's department can call 1-800-441-2555. Complaints can also be submitted to the Bureau of Consumer Protection by emailing scams@attorneygeneral.gov or visiting the Office of the Attorney General's website. An 8-year-old boy was flown to a Pittsburgh hospital after nearly drowning at a campground pool in Fayette County on Saturday afternoon. It happened around 1:30 p.m. at Yogi Bear's Yellowstone Park Camp and Resort along Mill Run Road in Springfield Township. The extent of the child's injuries have not been made public. And no injuries reported in a house fire in Uniontown on Saturday afternoon. It happened around 12 noon along Cool Spring Street. The fire started in the kitchen, and the homeowner had to go to a neighbor's house to call 911. Firefighters put it out quickly. There is no word on the cause. WMBS News Time 3:08. Sports and weather on the way next.
With the kids out of school, summer is in full swing at Bogey's Restaurant and Sports Bar at the scenic Duck Hollow Golf Course. Guests can enjoy great food, cold drinks, and good times all week long at one of Uniontown's favorite local hot spots. Visitors can relax with friends after a round of golf or a night out while enjoying some of Bogey's amazing food and drink specials. Every Tuesday from 4 to 9 p.m., Bogey's features Wing Night with dine-in or takeout specials. Just $12 a dozen or $6 for a half dozen. Prime Rib fans can also enjoy Bogey's famous Prime Rib Night every Wednesday from 4 to 9 p.m., complete with a side salad, starch, vegetables, roll, and butter. Bogey's is now open later on Sundays from noon until 8 p.m. Weekday hours are Monday through Friday, 4 to 9 p.m., Saturday, noon to 9 p.m., and Sunday, noon to 8 p.m. Come experience great food, cold drinks, and good times at Bogey's Restaurant and Sports Bar, 374 Duck Hollow Road in Uniontown, where every day is a hole-in-one.
Today's an off day for the Pirates. They visit the Miami Marlins on Tuesday night. Paul Skeens will start for the Buccos, who are now 58-62 after getting pounded by the Mets yesterday. Pregame at 6:15, first pitch at 6:40 here on WMBS. The Steelers' first preseason game is Thursday night against the Green Bay Packers at Acrisure Stadium. Pregame at 6, kickoff at 7 here on WMBS.
The award-winning local, district, and statewide news has been brought to you by Duck Hollow Golf Club and Bogey's Restaurant. Call 724-439-3150 for tee times or restaurant information today.
This weather report being brought to you by Montgomery Medical. Trust their 50 years of combined experience for the best results in primary care, newborns to elderly, minor illness or injury, as well as wellness and physical exams. And now the weather.
We had some pretty good storms move through the area about an hour and a half ago, but for the rest of the afternoon, it appears some other showers are still brewing around the area. We're currently at 82 degrees, expected to reach a high of 85. Showers continue tonight, low of 68. More rain on Tuesday and Wednesday, a thunderstorm chance each afternoon. Tuesday's high 82, Wednesday's high 83. It'll dry out a little bit on Thursday, just a slight chance of showers. High of 84, and expected to be dry Friday through Sunday. High of 80 Sunday, high of 82, high of 80 Friday, high of 82 Saturday. Sunday's high expected to be 85. And currently we're at 82 degrees under cloudy skies at 3:11 p.m. Stay tuned. Lincoln Radio Journal and Catherine's Golden Diamond Review coming your way in the 3 o'clock hour here on WMBS Uniontown.
This weather report was brought to you by Montgomery Medical, a family tradition of family medicine. Same-day appointments available for acute care. Call 724-569-8100 or visit montymed.com to schedule your appointment.